Day Day and your boy Mo. Whoop, whoop. You know how we do it. Shaheed, what's the deal, yo?
The Didio?
The Dealio! Happy Valentine's!
Happy Valentine's.
Yes, yes.
That's right.
Happy
Happy VD to you too.
Yes, VD. It is the VD Day.
Right. Well,
and also, it's SAD Day.
Wait, are we sad? What are we sad about?
And it's not sad. It's Singles Awareness Day.
Oh, for those people who do not have a significant other.
Singles Awareness.
Right.
Be aware. Be aware of those people.
Because you can make them sick. I remember when I was single, like completely unattached single, and all the VD shit was pretty. Stuff was pretty.
Well, your VD then was probably a little different than
Valentine's
the VD.
Day. It's just easier to say VD.
Valentine's Day, you mean?
Not Times Day. Times Day.
Well, Valentine. It is Valentine.
But it's Valentine's Day.
You know.
I know. So
how many people though like went through all of the heartache of like trying to make reservations and are going to sit in big crowds right now? Waiting in lines to get a table and all of that nonsense that's going on right now.
I think that I would prefer to cook my loved one something that they'd enjoy with my own hands and allow them to lounge back in a pleasurable leisure.
Preferably with the legs.
And then provide them with tasty sustenance.
And afterwards, maybe they can provide you with some tasty sustenance.
And vigorous exercise.
So, it is Valentine's Day. I've got a couple little Valentine's things here.
That's what she said.
Yay. Candlelight dinners tonight at Waffle House.
Woo, woo!
Let's go get us some waffles. Over romantic.
Dude, I mean, if they put a candle between us, it's just over.
It'd be weird.
It's just over.
Yeah, but if you throw in hash browns, then it kind of makes it a little less
Okay,
weird.
are we going to scatter? Are we going to cover? Are we going to smother?
And
are we going to top?
Well, you can do whatever you'd like.
Okay, well, I'm definitely
you can put
top.
the onion. That's just bad.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you didn't remember,
onions.
Higher Thought is TVMA.
Higher thought. Yeah, and also it's buy one get one free wings at Hooters.
Do we have a Hooters?
We got a Hooters over on Ambassador.
I haven't been hooted.
Well, I mean, Hooters is just aight, and usually the girls are okay.
Okay, the town I used to live in had one of the early on Hooters.
Oh, well, the early on Hooters were where it's at.
It was...
But this is like an equal rights Hooters, like where like the girls like might have some bug bites, and it's like Hooters, really? Or like they gotta hire the chunky girls.
You're gonna have bug bites.
Well, for equal rights, then when it gets sued, they gotta hire the chunky girl that's like trying to fit in the shirt and All
right. Girls need love too.
Girls need love. And I've even got some. I've got a gift for you.
Oh my God!
I've got some. I know that you like interesting facts.
I do.
And
the more interesting, the factier, the better.
I've got some interesting VD facts.
Ha ha ha! Go ahead.
By VD, we mean Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So, do you know the origin of Valentine?
Saint Valentine, or just the...
He actually wasn't a saint until he did something that was...
You're gonna have to tell me, because I'm drawing a blank.
I didn't know either. So,
can he magically make someone get pregnant?
Well, he actually helped.
He helped someone get pregnant.
Because Emperor Claudius, and this is like way a couple centuries ago.
Right.
This is the Roman time.
Right.
So Emperor Claudius, whatever number he was, he actually banned marriage during a wartime. And so this Bishop Valentine married people during war. He actually was caught and tortured and executed.
For marrying people.
For marrying people.
Okay.
And so eventually he was named a saint, a few centuries
What
later.
miracles were performed in his? Because don't you
The
have to
marriages.
have no, but miracles. There have to be miracles. Marriages
To be a
are-
saint?
Yes.
I don't know. There might have been
No,
some
there's
miracles.
gotta be some
There might have been
miracles.
some miracles. So another
It's
interesting
miraculous that we're arguing about miracles.
Another
Next.
interesting fact about Valentine's Day is that 3% of people or pet owners give a gift to their pets.
No.
Just 3? I mean, I'm not going to give my pet anything for Valentine's Day.
You know
but
who?
Who?
Crazy cat ladies.
Crazy cat ladies. Oh, have some kitty litter. Oh, here you go.
Okay, all you crazy cat ladies who want to loose your vengeance upon us, give us a call at 337-366-8950. And then once you get to that point,
Press 2. Pound the deuce.
and tell us how we are evil human beings.
We want to hear about your pussy cats. I mean...
Fluffy, shaved,
Which,
hairless.
speaking of which, quick little interjection to our interesting Valentine's Day facts.
Interjection
Rest in
to
peace
excitement
to
or
my
emotion.
mom's favorite catty, Kiki.
Oh man, really?
Yeah,
We got a
they've had
death
that
day
cat
thing?
the longest, and she was very sad about her kitty.
I can understand that. I'm always sad.
And also, rest in peace to Biscuit. Or Bisquita Stevens, as he was
Bisquita
known
Stevens.
as his drag name. But he has an AOC show, like I guess it's like the drag queen show.
Oh, right. You were
And,
talking about that earlier.
And he was on American Idol, but apparently he passed away this week. So,
That sucks.
from the AOC family, from Higher Thought
from
here,
us to your family,
and to my mom's kitty.
and right, well,
All of them.
all of them,
Rest in peace.
more pieces.
Yes. So another interesting Valentine's Day fact, anyone?
Go ahead.
Anyone?
Go ahead. Tell us.
You know how many Valentine's Day cards are exchanged each year?
Oh, Jeebus Crispies. It's more than 1 million.
1 billion.
It's
1 billion.
$1 billion?
1 billion Valentine's Day cards.
Wow.
It's almost as if Hallmark came up with this holiday.
Yeah.
And most of them are actually bought in the last 5 days.
Why
So,
does that
last
not
minute?
why does that not surprise me? I'd rather get a happy meme over the phone.
Which is said that Valentine's Day was the second most holiday on the cards. What holiday gets more? Christmas?
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Is it right?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I would guess Christmas cards.
You know what? Christmas cards, no. And birthday.
I mean, I think if it were playing Family Feud here, then Christmas cards and
they'd
Mother's
be
Day
on
cards
the-
both would be on the list. I
Right,
just don't know
Christmas
which
cards
number
would be
one.
on the list. I think
I just don't
Mother's
know which
Day.
one.
I mean, if you don't send your mother a card, you're just such a douche.
You're a dude.
And you know what? I don't send my mother a card. I should. What I do is I send her a meme over the text message thing.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Right, or Happy Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, yeah.
Right, so
of
I'm only a
course.
semi.
You gotta call. I even
No,
say
I
that's
call.
worth a call. Yeah.
I call, but it's still.
This one was an interesting fact that I did not know.
Wait, you didn't know
I didn't know it, and I'm a know-it-all. So.
Whoa!
Yeah. How about this one? X.
X.
You know XOXO?
XO, hugs and kisses, yes.
Actually, the X stands for the kiss.
Kisses and hugs.
And then it makes sense because the hug is
the
O.
So we're.
Do you know why X stands for a kiss?
Christ something.
This was interesting to me.
Yeah.
Actually, when people didn't know how to sign their name, they had to do the X,
yes.
and then you had to kiss it just to show sincerity that really was.
That was your mark.
Right.
Oh man, why did it have to be an X? Why couldn't I do a special?
Because people
loopy
didn't know how
I know,
to do
but
anything.
even if it wasn't letters,
Nobody- they
a
didn't know how to
special
read or write.
loopy squiggle.
They didn't know how
I
to
could
read or
kiss
write.
my loopy
Like,
squiggle.
Like, have your own signature scribble. Yeah, that's all people do anyway with their signatures nowadays. Anyway.
Oh man, you look at my scribble, you might figure out 2 letters, 3 at the most.
A Valentine's Day tradition, it actually, instead of like asking somebody out and going on dates and stuff, it used to be drawing names, and then you would have to wear their name pinned on your sleeve, and it was called wearing your heart on your sleeve.
Really?
Yeah, and that's where that term came from.
Now, is this done at school?
It was done at school.
In the community?
I think it was done at school, maybe even in the community, but I think it was done in.
I mean, just think about getting stood up when chick doesn't come.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, I mean, it would kind of everybody had a pair, you know. So.
Oh, so what if there's like more dudes than chicks, or
I was wondering
vice
the
versa?
same thing. You know, maybe they weren't.
You know,
like,
we can do a little Brokeback Mountain action.
That's the second one in one show. How about that? In the 1800, well, actually, Valentine's Day became a holiday in, how about this, 1537.
Wait, Valentine's Day became a holiday in 1537?
1537.
Okay, we weren't a nation.
Well, so, not in, it became an official, like, it became recognized.
In Ireland, in Poland, in Italy?
I guess in Europe. I don't know. I didn't get that.
You didn't get that far. That's okay. That's cool.
How about some chocolates?
Oh, God, I've been having a chocolate Jones all day long.
1800s. Doctors actually advised you to eat chocolate for broken heart and for lost loves.
How can you mend a broken heart?
Do you know who came actually out with the first box of chocolates?
Wasn't Whitman?
No, it wasn't Whitman. Think egg.
Russell Stover.
Think egg.
Think egg?
Yes.
IKEA.
Come on, who's famous for the chocolate egg?
Cadbury.
Cadbury.
Okay, because I'm thinking...
First box of chocolates.
You don't even want to know what I was thinking.
And that was like in 1870
we're not even talking
something.
About goop thinking. We're just...
Well, there's a lot of chocolate companies. Hershey ended up, and Mars kind of, I guess, ended up winning out. 35 million boxes sold per year of chocolates, which is worth over $1 billion.
The thing is, American chocolate sucks.
Well, and that's the boxed chocolates
that
I was talking about.
All right, boxed chocolates. But American chocolate sucks. European chocolate, that's got got lots of cocoa in it. Mm-hmm. Oh, infinitely superior. And I like my Reese cups. I mean, I love my Reese cups.
We like the Reese cups, especially heart-shaped Reese cups on Valentine's Day.
I like the ones that have the fake, not white chocolate smeg stuff that's on them for for Christmas. You know, the white Christmas tree Reese cup things. Those are slamming. I mean, there's no chocolate in it, but
right.
Yeah, but it's white.
Well, you gotta have it white, right?
And it's peanut butter filled, so.
So who buys flowers? Is it males, females? Give me a percent.
I would say it's 40. Well, God, what? So we're only going to stick with 2 basic genders.
Males and females.
Males and females.
Going old school binary.
47%, 48% men, 51% women.
That buy flowers on
Valentine's Day?
Huh. Actually, it's 73% men and 27% females that buy flowers on Valentine's Day. Apparently,
okay.
According to these numbers.
No,
Which, I mean, that makes sense to me because, like, usually it's the guy getting the girl flowers.
Right.
And so it's like they got to go to the store and get flowers, and then the girl might have something else for them because you don't want to give a guy a flower.
Why not?
I don't know. Not all guys want flowers.
I've been given flowers.
Well, I mean, like
and they're potted, and then they.
But you're cultured, a lot of your, I guess, manly men.
Manly men?
Yeah.
Yes. Manfred Mann and the Earth Band. Yes.
Actually,
the light.
15% of women send themselves flowers.
Good for them.
On Valentine's Day. That's 3 in 20.
Make yourself feel good.
Well,
girl.
if everybody else is going to be getting flowers, I ain't going to be the only bitch in this place that's not getting flowers. TVMA.
Make yourself feel good.
Which, did you know that red rose was the flower of Venus, the goddess of love?
I did not. Venus, if you will.
And red, of course, is a psychological color for love. Hearts and red and blah blah blah. Passion.
Also, death and dismemberment.
Over under. How many roses are sold on Valentine's Day? Ooh. We've got 300 and something million Americans.
Okay, we're gonna say 600,000. No, because you got roses coming in dozens.
It's in the millions.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 12 million.
Way higher.
Way higher. 100 million.
Better.
Better?
Way higher.
250 million.
189.
Okay.
189 million roses. And I imagine a lot of those are in bouquets.
Right, absolutely. I mean, bundles of 12 because that's what you're supposed to do, right?
I would say so. How about this one? Women buy 85% of the gifts. That doesn't make much sense. I mean, you would think a guy buying some jewelry or something, or...
I would not buy my lady friend jewelry. She's very particular. She knows what she likes.
Well, even still, are women buying 85% of the gifts? Maybe because they get small little trinket things for the guys.
Could be. Well, are the flowers not gifts?
Maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, if the flowers aren't gifts, then
maybe the guys are taking them out to dinner, and I mean that's assuming that it's a old school male female relationship, and it's not somebody who identifies as a cis transgender cat. Who gets the most cards? This one surprised me too. Teachers. I was surprised about that. I've never gotten a Valentine's Day card, but maybe that's elementary school.
Elementary school kids give their teachers, their librarians, their janitors, their cafeteria workers. Dude, when I worked at the elementary school, I got swamped in cards. Christmas, Valentine's Day, Halloween. It was great.
So who comes in second? Teachers number one.
I know that's tough. Second, soldiers.
Oh, come on! Think of the same environment. Who's selling all these cards? All these Valentine's cards?
The druggist.
Well, no. If the teachers get number one, well, number two is
Teachers'
in the
aides?
same environment.
Teachers.
The kids.
Oh, the kids. Okay, duh. Oh, duh. My God, yes, because you give a Valentine's card to darn near every kid.
And the kids, of course, are going to write one for their best friend or the girl they got a crush on or whatever, or the teacher. And also, they're going to write one to their favorite person at home. Mom. Yes, and of course, wives, sweetheart, and pets came in last. Pets came in last.
Still, last is good.
Why would you give your pet a card?
They can't read.
Unless you can chew it.
I'm not
sure. Is it a bacon-flavored card?
There you go.
They need those.
I love you, Binky, on a chewy thing.
And to end the list, how about this one? Talk about cliche. 220,000 proposals on average per year on Valentine's Day.
No, that's cliche.
Yeah. So don't be that guy.
Yeah, don't be that guy. As a matter of fact, put it off at least another year and then add 9 months to it. And then if you still feel that way.
We're close to Mardi Gras. We're close to festival.
Wait just a little while still.
There's better opportunity. I mean, I imagine and if you are getting proposed tonight, if you're that guy.
You are that guy.
That's doing that tonight, and you happen to watch the show, right before you go propose.
You shouldn't be watching the show before you go do that thing. You should be psyching yourself up for rejection.
What are you going to say?
Dude, she's going to tell him no.
She's definitely going to tell you no.
She's going to tell you no. It's just so wrong. Are you ready? boom, right in the grill.
Yeah, so that's Valentine's Day. Happy, happy, happy. Hopefully you get you a little...
Are we doing the hustle or
No, I mean, that just means they're going to get a little something.
get a little something? Okay,
Yeah.
well, a little something's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better than nothing.
And, so yeah, we've got all kind of good stuff to talk about. That's our Valentine's Day spiel and
Right.
our rest in peace spiels.
Yeah, we
You
have
know.
rested pieces in this amount of time.
But we've got all kind of good stuff we could talk about. We've
Now-
got 36 minutes of goodness.
I was wondering, do you want to talk about the dude who paid the $110,000 to hunt a goat, or would you rather talk about
To hunt a goat.
To
Why
hunt a
would you
goat.
want to pay that much for a goat?
Because it's rare.
A goat?
A goat,
Like a mountain goat?
a mountain
or-
goat, a Pakistani mountain goat.
Okay. 110,000. I mean, I'd say if you're willing to pay the price.
He's gone and hunted all the wild animals in Pakistan, and it was the last one. And now
Is
that
it like illegal or?
it's legal, you pay the government to get a hunting license.
Well, I mean, if it's legal.
Right, right. The beast came off the endangered.
I mean, is it ethical?
The beast came off the endangered list about 4 years ago, and he's been waiting the 4 years for his number to come up so that he could pay the $110,000, not counting paying his bearers and local outfitters, dumping money into the economy.
Well, no doubt.
And the money from the hunt goes into developing theoretically, supposedly, goes into developing the local economy.
Okay.
Now, hunting to eat, for me, is not a problem.
But hunting for sport.
But do I have the right to say that you don't have the right to enjoy hunting rare and unusual animals if you can afford it?
If you can afford it and it's legal, I mean, if it's illegal and it's wrong and it's like poaching or whatever,
Right.
I mean, then sure, that's wrong.
That's off the table.
And I mean,
Like,
honestly,
we're not hunting black rhino.
because it's a slippery slope, and I mean, here you are talking to a million Cajuns,
Whoop,
and
whoop.
so
Now, deer,
and it's
I'm
but
down
hold on,
with
let me
hunting
finish.
deer. Okay.
It's a slippery slope to saying like deer hunting and duck hunting is wrong.
No.
What's the difference?
Big difference.
What's the difference?
Okay, deer and
if it's
duck
legal
aren't
and
endangered.
the country allows it or the county allows
I
it.
see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. If it's legal,
I mean, like, because morally and ethically, it's the same thing.
have you known me to be ethically challenged?
I mean, like, depending on the endangeredness
I didn't
of
ask
it all
you
as
about the
well.
morally challenged part.
So there we go. We got the Cajuns
Woo, woo.
hyped up there. Hello, you're on Higher Thought. What's going on?
Yes, that's pretty sick to kill a goat unless you're going to eat it. But to just kill it and mount it on the wall, suppose the goat would have had a 30-06. I'm listening.
Well, thank you very much. If the goat had a 30-06 and opposable thumbs,
No doubt.
we could have been mounted on his wall.
Well, and I guess it's kind of the hierarchy of the order here on Earth, and we've kind of assumed the position where I guess we're the hunters, and some people do it for sport, but eventually, are we going to have like the greatest hunger? Wait, what is the
Hunger Games?
Not the Hunger Games. The older school
Greatest
one.
American hero?
No, the one where they're hunting the person. The book. It's like a short story, and we teach it in English.
You teach it in English.
I mean, I don't teach it in English, but people teach it.
People teach it in English.
Anyways, yeah.
Now, you don't need opposable
Trophy
thumbs.
hunters. Trophy hunters. And spending that much on a goat if you're not going to eat it, which I mean, like, if you're going to
Still,
spend
$110,000 goat.
$110,000 for a goat, well, it's a trophy. You're paying $110,000 for that trophy.
Okay, and then you got to pay to have the hide preserved. You
No
gotta
doubt.
pay to have the rack
That's probably
mounted.
a quarter
just-
million right there.
Yeah.
Easy. And I mean, I have an uncle that is like a avid hunter, and he's been on the cover of a hunting magazine before.
Cool.
Because like he got in a plane crash or something like that, and like it was
Hunted
like
his way out.
it was like he got stuck upside down in a tree or something like that in the plane, and
Damn.
you know, like he was hunting for something. But he's got like the whole trophy case, like, you know, tons of animals as well. And you know, personally, I see no problem with it as far as it's legal. You know, and
Right.
if it's not like the last one on Earth, or if like the last couple ones, and it's unfortunate, but it's the same thing as hunting ducks, deer, whatever. You know, if it's hunting is hunting.
Hunting is hunting. Could we hunt meth heads?
I'd say it's a new sport. We can hunt them with psychiatrists and doctors that can help them cure their addiction.
Certain number of tags a year, and you lie in wait, and pop goes the weasel, and then you tie it around.
I got 13 method tags.
No, they're not going to give you that many.
Dude,
no,
that's-
it's not like gators.
That's messed up.
It is methed up.
That's messed up. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. I got some teacher stories. Did you hear about the Florida teacher who got fired for giving zeros to kids that didn't turn in work? Because the rule is you got to give them at least 50 for doing nothing. Because that's the way of thinking.
No. You do nothing, you get nothing.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, that's how that teacher was having. She wasn't going out like that.
I hope she's got a good attorney.
And speaking of, we're not going to talk about this guy today as far as Trump, but Trump Jr. said this about teachers: you don't have to be indoctrinated by loser teachers.
Losers!
Selling socialism from birth.
Wait, we're selling it?
Teachers are apparently selling socialism to your kids, and they're losers.
Then how come the paycheck isn't higher?
Well, that's probably why they're losers.
Right, because children don't deserve the best you could possibly give them.
We all know that those who can't do teach.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that.
The old saying.
I've heard that.
Bastards.
But if you don't know how to do, how can you teach?
Exactly.
At least effectively.
How about a teacher somewhere calculated her $40,000 salary and calculated all the hours that she worked and put in not only at school but like going home doing lesson plans, grading papers. And it came out to $12 an hour that she made.
Yeah.
And basically saying also, and she included the fact that we have to buy supplies, books, etc., and we're expected to be martyrs. Our teachers are expected to be martyrs, not we.
I'm not.
We.
It's the royal we.
Exactly. The we as a humanity.
Right. Accidentally like a martyr. I mean, you didn't do it on purpose, but it sort of happened.
I told you about the 1984 experiment in the school that they did earlier on, didn't I? Talk to you about that earlier?
Refresh my memory.
Yeah, they had a teacher that teaches 1984, which I always wondered why they didn't have that in the English curriculum around here.
It used to be.
It used to be.
It used to be.
But they kind of did this project, and it's kind of like a social experiment as well. Like they had a senioritis problem, where they basically falsify stats and say, hey, this senioritis is a serious problem. They put some statistics and some propaganda posters and everybody talking about it and saying in order to succeed, you must follow these strict rules.
That's right.
And or if you don't, you're going to lose points.
Submission is freedom.
And you can gain points by reporting others that break the rules. So basically turn everybody into snitches. And usually the teachers always win. All the kids fall into line.
Right.
And they don't question it.
No.
Until this year, because these kids ain't having that.
Good for them. Somebody had a thought.
There was a rebellion, and the class leader actually, was bribed to resign. But they had somebody else step in, and the students are protesting. They organized against the teachers and administration and wrote letters.
Is this a private school?
No, I think it was a public school. It was up north. It was up north.
Up
You
north.
couldn't see them doing anything like that down here.
No, no.
I mean, I can see lawsuits all over the place going there.
They could do something like that, and then the first time somebody got touched, somebody would be sued.
No doubt. No doubt.
Because the iPhones are out recording everything.
Exactly. You can't get away with much.
He said,
it won't be
he
long. They
said
just
she-
need to put the camera in the, in each classroom.
You know what? Just stick it on your forehead.
Well, I mean, have
I
cameras.
mean, just it's kind of
It's like, yeah, follow
it's
me
kind of
around
like
everywhere.
a GoPro.
Yep.
You know, and it just feeds automatically to the web. What because well, I guess you could hold your head still and side eye just a little bit, but yeah.
Exactly.
Bullsh stuff.
I like Socrates' idea. He called for an intellectual democracy of that basically the only people that could vote were philosophers, scientists, teachers, and basically the other intellectual people. Basically not allowing dumb people to vote.
Okay.
And
now that has a certain appeal.
It wouldn't be corporate people or politicians or media or anything of that involved. It's basically just the philosophers, scientists, teachers, all the higher intellectual people.
Who is your arbiter of, or who was his arbiter of who qualified to?
I didn't read that deep into it.
Okay, I just wondered.
You know
if-
how we browse
Right,
sometimes.
I know. I just wondered if maybe he said something about it ought to be this kind of person or whatever.
Right. Good news, Louisiana.
Oh, good news, Louisiana.
The first medical marijuana crop has actually passed state inspection.
Whoa! Whoop, whoop.
The LSU Agricultural Center, which is growing all the stuff, for the medicinal marijuana.
Wait, so the government has a monopoly on the marijuana
It
supply?
appears so.
Whoa! Who'd have thunk it?
But it's got to be tested,
Well,
and
yeah.
apparently it passed the test. And
I would think there would have been plenty of local volunteers to test it.
Oh, no doubt. And I would imagine the amount of agriculture majors is jumped. So, anyways, they need enough. Actually, the reason why they haven't opened the dispensaries yet is because they need enough to satisfy the demand to make sure that we don't run out. Because they don't want a situation where, like, okay, well, here's all our supply, and then, oh no, we're out.
Oh, that happened in, what was it, Canada? Somewhere in Canada?
I'm sure it
they
probably would.
legalized weed, and next thing you know, it's like 3 days later,
Sorry, we're out.
we're out. And
So it's
they
like
were
mass
trying-
production.
Right, they were trying to legally import California weed. And
I would imagine in career classes that you would almost can teach that as a legitimate job nowadays,
Sure.
as far as the agriculture aspects.
oh,
of
the
it.
horticultural issue?
No
Yeah,
doubt,
right.
no doubt.
You definitely, it takes science, it takes math, it takes planning and forethought, selective breeding. I mean, just think of all the things that
Sure.
are incorporated into producing superior crop.
No doubt, and that's probably more useful to kids as far as knowledge and learning farming skills,
Right.
As opposed to learning like x plus y equals 3 minus 7 the squared.
No,
You know what I mean.
You got to do math. Algebra is still a deal. You got to do algebra.
I
to
know,
figure
I
that
know,
shit
but-
out. I know what you're saying. But you know
Pi and circumference, and
what? I got your circumference right here.
your mom has circumference. So yeah, it should
Well-
be by springtime, apparently, that the dispensaries will be going. But the earth is a greener place than 20 years ago.
Good. Countries have been greening up.
Countries mainly thanks to India and China.
China.
Those are two of the main.
China.
China. And China is
China.
actually and India has gotten a lot better, but China has been one of the world's leaders in actually changing the whole clean energy thing and
Good
getting
for
to all
them.
that. So
Well, when the Three Rivers Gorge Dam breaks and they lose all that hydroelectric and it floods out everything they've built up along the lowered water line, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck most mightily.
But they did it
Next.
basically by tree planting, cleaning up pollution, and cultivating crops, is what they were saying.
Cultivating crops.
Cultivating the crops. And
Hey, man.
I've tried to group my stories here. Try to group them. Let's see. We've got a teen invented a bra that detects breast cancer early because he almost lost his mom to breast cancer. So it's almost like a mammogram bra.
Right. That's good. Fitwear.
Fitwear. A study.
Are you connected to the internet, or is this just like a passive
Maybe I'm
data
thinking it's like
recorder?
memory foam, maybe.
And then at some
Memory
point the
foam,
doctor plugs in and downloads your data.
Well, maybe I'm thinking it's like a memory foam bra that you like. Once you take it off, it'll like have the lump like in the foam.
You think?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what I would guess.
I don't think because the lumps are inside
Maybe
the
so.
breast.
It might be like an X-ray bra.
Something weird.
Something like
weird.
that. How about study shows that music transforms the dying experience for patients and caregivers. It basically helps you move on and transition and process it better.
Do they try to specify a certain type of music, or do they just say music in general?
Music in general, you
Good.
know, I mean, like kind of like a New
'cause
Orleans
there's-
second line,
Okay,
you know,
right.
or even like hearing some classical
we're
music.
We're not
during
helping
funerals.
the people who are dying. We're helping the post-death people process.
Yeah,
Okay, because if it's me dying, there are things I'd rather hear that probably
the
most
dying experience, or even for the people that are dying, like death helps them. I mean, like music helps them to die peacefully.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah,
You know, when it's time to push the button and let it shoot the juice that lets me go to sleep.
push the button and shoot the juice.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind
That
of.
sounds like your typical Thursday night. Let's see. How about? Oh, you had some college newspaper stories. Which one was the one that you had? What are college papers saying about who shouldn't be allowed to talk?
Oh, white boys. Excuse me.
Play that funky music, white boy.
Who is allowed?
But you can't
to
really
speak?
play the funky music, white boy, because, you know, you're racist and you're terrible. And if you're a white, straight male, oh my gosh, in this country, nope, you just can't do it anymore.
Well, let's just put to it this way. There was an article published, and the title is, "Should White Boys Still Be Allowed to Talk?" Question mark.
Which I
And
think
then-
it was an
wait,
opinion
well,
piece.
And then it says, no, period.
Right. And, of course, I believe it was an opinion piece, of course.
Oh, well, yeah, it was an opinion piece, but
Still, it was allowed to be published in the school's newspaper, and this is like racism, this is sexism, this is hate speech, you know, I mean, and it's allowed.
I am so goddamn tired of listening to white boys. Miss
'Cause that's totally
Miss
appropriate.
Fisher writes, in my time at Dickinson, I have listened to probably hundreds of white boys talk. It feels incessant.
That's not very nice. That's not very nice, Dickinson. Did you hear about the one at Washington University?
No, I didn't hear about the one at Washington University.
The college
Tell me.
paper said that it's fine that conservatives feel their beliefs aren't welcome on campus.
Because
Because they aren't.
I never had any problem being a Republican on campus when I was a Republican.
Well, it's not welcome anymore. They're Trump haters.
Well, you know what? No.
If you're
No, I'm not gonna-
conservative,
I'm
then
not
you're
gonna say
viewed
it,
as
'cause-
a Trump lover, and then or like against the movement for females or for gay people. Or
No, but
that's what the perception is. That's how we're divided into black and white.
Perception. Okay, so you know, Cittadini just is no. Stop.
Cheetolini, speaking of Cheetolini, how about Cheetolini on taxes?
Oh, taxes.
Amazon, how much did they pay in taxes? They made, what, $11.2 billion in profits?
$1 billion.
And how much did they pay? How much did they pay? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Used financial shenanigans, perfectly legal, mind you.
As did Netflix.
Yeah. Last year, Amazon paid nothing. And as a matter of fact, they got a tax refund.
How about that? But apparently their deal fell through in New York about opening a new little office.
Headquarters, too, where they were going to have 2 East Coast headquarters or whatever. And New York just said, no, you can't have $30 billion.
Right. So, I mean, like, is this governor of New York like a total sellout or what?
Yes. Yes. The governor and the mayor.
The mayor of New York City, right.
They wanted
total
that deal.
Puppets.
Right.
You know.
But, yes, it was going to create jobs. Guaranteed it was going to create jobs. But you're giving away $30 billion.
No, thank you. Of these corporations that don't pay anything.
Right.
Let's see. How about Hulu? While we're talking about Netflix, Hulu announces 4 Marvel animated series, including Howard the Duck.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
I love my Howard the Duck.
I liked Howard the Duck, too. I enjoyed the movie. People talk about it funny nowadays because Howard ended up hooking up with a human. And
Right. Well, and you saw Howard the Duck in Guardians of the Galaxy.
he was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
But speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, did you hear Ellen Page called out Chris Pratt for being Christian?
No, she called him out because
Christians don't.
His church.
They hate on LGBTs, not his particular church, his religion.
Right.
So, Ellen Page called him out in particular. He responded by saying he's not a spokesperson for the church or any religion or anything. Basically, his values define him, and the world needs less hate, and you love who you want, all that good stuff.
Okay, so it sounds like he's not a 100% creed following member of that particular sect.
It's just like basically, I think what he was saying, like he even posted like a scripture of saying something like God is love, you know, and basically just like that's his religion is just like you know, love.
God is love. Is that Old Testament or New Testament?
I don't know. I can't remember the exact. I mean, I'm not one of those old school that remembers the verses. Let's see.
I bet you can't remember the chapters.
Speaking of that 1984 stuff, how about nonconformity and questioning authority are now considered mental illnesses in the DSM-5?
What?
Yeah. Well, oppositional defiant disorder.
Right.
Those are 2 qualities of that disorder. You know, and you have to meet the criteria of so many.
Right. But there's got to be a bunch of other boxes that need to be ticked before you get the ODD.
Well, get this one. Since 1965, the amount of disorders that have gone in the DSM have tripled.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're just all crazy in different ways. You know, and I guess it's more specifications
right, you got to break it down
right.
into what is it
sense.
that's your trigger, what is it that's your response. And I know one of those young people that is ODD, oppositional defiant disorder, and the best thing would be duct tape and a burlap bag. but no, other than that, good luck in the real world.
Well, you know, they do say that there are maybe some benefits, health benefits even, and I'd say even good for those kids, some benefits to drumming.
To drumming?
Yeah, apparently. Drumming helps your immune system, reduce anxiety and blood pressure, and reduces inflammation.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so some drumming studies. You know, get to your daily drum circle.
Well, until you're trying to teach somebody something and then one person starts beating on the desk. And it's like,
that's pretty rough,
it's like, dude, really?
Yeah. Or if like they sing, you know, I'm just like, no, I don't need to. No. So WWE, the wrestling company, they're going to be here on Monday for Monday Night Raw.
Raw is Raw. Raw dogging it, huh?
Apparently, they're raw dogging it here in Lafayette. And but WWE, ooh, they have some competition now.
From whom?
There is a new wrestling company that's being backed by the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they're getting a bunch of the stars. They're kind of picking some stars from Japan and from WWE, and they're kind of building their roster. But they're going to be going against the WWE, and they actually signed Nyla Rose, who is the first transgender wrestler to sign a major wrestling contract.
And what's the name of the company or the organization?
All Elite Wrestling.
All Elite Wrestling.
Right.
AEW.
It's like All In Elite, maybe All In Elite Wrestling, something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
But needless to say,
so it's a
they've
chance
been
to
making
shake
waves.
things up.
It's going to shake things up, and like WWE has been kind of getting low ratings.
Well, that's
and-
because it's boring, huh?
Well, right, because they haven't had any competition for 20 years.
Right.
Back when they had competition, it was the #1 show on TV.
And their competition at the time was
WCW, which they ended up buying.
Right.
And it's a wrestling monopoly in
Right.
America.
Well, just like Amazon buys up. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, competition.
Right. Which, of course, the NFL is getting some competition. They have a new football league that just started last weekend. It's the
Indoor, outdoor.
It's outdoor. It's
Full-
regular football leagues.
full
and
field?
It's all microphone. Everybody's mic'd, and so like the players were cursing up a storm. Like one of
Right.
the quarterbacks was, and like even the refs are all mic'd to where you can hear their conversations.
Okay, so it's not like one of those weird where you're playing on a half field or
No, it's not arena
75
football.
yards.
It's just a regular football game.
Wow.
And you can hit the quarterback, and without
can-
getting a flag, like they
Well-
knocked the quarterback out, like knocked his helmet off. Like
Had he released the ball?
he had just gotten rid of it, and so it was a fair hit. And
Right,
they weren't
okay.
doing it maliciously.
Right, fair. I mean, if I'm down with a fair hit. If you're dumb enough to put yourself up there to be tagged by a 260-pound man moving at 35 miles an hour,
No
then-
doubt. Let's see. Research shows nutrition is better for improving your mental health than prescriptions are. Makes sense.
Does not surprise me at all. Quit eating all that pasteurized, processed, pre-formulated food, people. Eat real food.
No doubt. Apparently, scientists have found Atlantis, and it's been in plain sight.
On the west coast of Africa, there's a divot, right?
It's in the eye of the Sahara Desert.
Okay.
Where it's like
I've
visible from
read
space,
that
and it's like
story.
apparently
I've
like the
read
eye
that
of the
story.
Sahara
Right.
Desert, and
And-
like it looks exactly like the outlines, like kind of look like
And
the.
when the oceans rise up again, the water will backflow into that channel and
Very interesting.
yeah.
Let's see, coming soon, windowless planes. Basically, it's just like all like LED kind of like you can see outside the plane. Like I saw a
It's
video.
not a real window, it's just a long screen.
It's just basically like it's the whole plane is a window, but it's like digital window, like that you can like pull up web stuff on the wall. kind of thing.
Okay, I got you.
But like you can like see underneath you.
Do you really need to see outside? Honest to God, think of
I
the
like
time-
looking outside.
I look outside too, but do you really need to see outside?
Maybe for
The
about
only-
5 minutes.
The only time I really look outside is when we're approaching wherever it is we're landing. Just so that I can see tiny, bigger, good, we're close.
That's it.
Time for me to put my stuff away, make sure my bag is packed, so I can hop up, pull out of the overhead compartment, and ready to debark.
The last plane flight I took, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning when the flight was, and like so I didn't get any sleep,
Right.
and so I was trying to sleep, but the people behind me was like a kid and a mom, and they were watching a movie with no headphones together, and kept on kicking the seat, and it was just like one of those like
Were they watching Frozen?
I don't even know, but
Let
it's
it
just
go.
like
Let it go.
I had to let it go. I had to let it go.
And they're doing a Frozen 2.
Which, how about, did you hear about AOC, not Acadiana
AOC,
Open
right.
channel, but Ocasio-Cortez?
Yes.
Her Green New Deal?
I've heard about it, but I've not seen any details.
Apparently, this was from an article that I got that said 10 insane requirements.
Wait, 10 insane requirements
from her New Deal, which
Okay.
has now been taken off of her website because it was pretty ridiculous.
Oh, okay. So they put it up and they took it down.
Right.
Because it was just too much.
This is what she called for.
Okay,
She
go ahead.
wanted to ban oil and natural gas, which is our cheapest form of energy, I suppose.
But, okay, you wanted to ban it?
And I'm sure there's more details to all of these.
Yeah, but ban it. Right. That's a bad idea. Next.
Eliminate, and a lot of these are eliminate and ban. Eliminate nuclear energy.
No! No! Let's go to nuclear fission. No, I'm sorry, nuclear fusion.
You know.
Because they had that thing. Did we talk about that last week?
Yeah.
Where you shoot the energy at it and it lets the fusion go and the juice just
A lot of
comes
this
out?
just doesn't make any sense.
Okay,
Eliminate
next.
99% of cars in 10 years.
How am I supposed
How
to
are
get,
you going to do that?
How am I supposed to get to Lafayette from BFE where I live?
Gut and rebuild every building in the United States to be green friendly. Who's going to pay for it? Eliminate air travel. It's almost comical.
That's
Free education for everyone.
You know what?
Government food for the U.S.
Wait, government food for the U.S.?
Yeah, this is basically her socialist.
Okay, but
society.
what does government food for the
Basically,
U.S.
the government's going to provide your food for you.
Okay, the government buys just a metric shitload of surplus every year. Why shouldn't they just go ahead and release it into the market?
There you go. Government housing. Free money.
Free money.
Free money
Oh,
for
dude,
only certain people.
There's a Norwegian, Icelandic, Scandinavian country that started the something basic income thing. You get a check every month. You just,
What's been the result of that?
well, there's been fewer suicides.
That's good. That's good.
Total number of people employed gone up some, but not a bunch. And people aren't defaulting on loans.
Well, ideally, socialism.
Do you know that 2/3 of Americans right now are 90 days behind on their car loans?
I believe it.
Which is why you don't borrow money to buy a car.
No.
But B, 90 days behind. And the way our country is laid out, you pretty much need a freaking car to get from.
I think slavery don't exist. Oh, it certainly does, folks. Debt slavery.
Gotta pay
And the
them
average
bills.
household in America has over 80,000 in debt. You know, and that's a lot
Wait,
for the
does that
individual.
include the mortgage or no?
The mortgage, the car, the college.
Most of all mine's mortgage, nothing else.
There you go, and mine as well. So, and the last one that's a part of her deal is that she wants to ban meat.
What?
Yeah. And,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Apparently, the cows are farting, and it releases.
Yeah, I know, methane and all that, but
Yeah.
there's an expression that comes to mind, bitch, please. Do not take away my meat.
I know. It's just comical. It's comical.
No. Okay, I'm glad that got taken down because that's insane.
Right. So we've got
And
a
I'm
couple
not even
minutes
gonna
left.
talk about how much I love my meat.
That's three. So we've got 2 minutes left. It's Valentine's Day. We hope you've had a good day. Shahid's going to go ahead and come on in anyways. But 5 reasons why hugging is the best form of communication.
Group hug.
Hugging.
Hugging is the best form of communication. Okay, this is kind
I'm
of
down with a good hug.
And it's just some health benefits. It improves your heart rate. It also helps balance your nervous system.
I feel much better after that hug.
I mean, like, you just give off some good energy.
Right, I feel much better.
You reduce your stress levels.
Very positive.
Better overall mood, and relaxes your body. There you go. Some benefits of hugging. It's been a lovely Valentine's Day show, Acadiana.
And
we appreciate our caller.
Glad to spend it with you.
Yeah, caller. Good looking out on the call. For those of you that are watching that, you're not ready to call yet, you haven't really gotten there, hey, we can start with a little text and chat. We can text you first.
Definitely.
And then we can work our way up to the call. How about that?
You could post on the interwebitubes thing, on the you thing.
But I mean, hey, it is Valentine's Day. At least we can get to second base, right?
Whoop, whoop.
Okay. All right, Acadiana, we love you. We've got about, 40 seconds, Shahid?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, in that case, let's keep the party going.
Well, we're going to keep the party going all night, of course.
Somebody got to do it.
Yeah. And we hope the party is going great in your pants tonight, Acadiana.
Right.
And we hope that the guy sprung for the chocolates, the roses, the cards, and the jewelry.
I hope you got taken out to dinner for the BJ.
Oh, and we mean BJ's Pizza, because that's a good place to take your date.
Good place.
Katie, we love you. It's Mo. Nay. Higher thought. Peace, y'all.
Dude.
Happy Valentine's.